2024 has unleashed some terrifying new chapter in zombie apocalypse cinema. Prepare yourself for a thrilling journey into a world where survival is the only law and the undead are hungry for more than just flesh. Hey everyone, welcome back to the FilmHead. Today, we are diving into the latest zombie apocalypse movie of 2024. This film brings an intense storyline that you don't want to miss. So let's start. Number 1. Apocalypse Z, the beginning of the end. Apocalypse Z brings a refreshing edge to the zombie genre with a well-crafted mix of suspense and gritty realism. It's not a masterpiece, but as a genre film it works quite well. It's entertaining, good character construction, good plots, good action, good suspense. This movie is similar to I Am Legend, but it's about looking for survivors and fighting against corrupted people. The zombies are getting stronger and creepier on every years. Visually, the film does an impressive job of blending stark, unsettling landscapes with tight, claustrophobic sequences that heighten the fear factor. The cast is authentic and quiet desperation of people facing unimaginable threats, making Apocalypse Z a standout for horror fans and anyone drawn to dark, immersive storytelling. The acting is good enough, and the special effects are decent. If you love horror genre and zombie movies, it is for you to have some good time. Synopsis: a strange disease has spread across the planet, turning people into violent creatures. Manel, who lives in isolation after the death of his wife, will have to manage to survive in this apocalyptic scenario with his cat. If you're in for some easy zombie entertainment, Apocalypse Z is a good. Number 2. Outside. This was a completely new take on the zombie genre. It's a realistic depiction of what may happen to a family dynamic that is already strained when placed in an impossible circumstance, such as the end of the world. This film shows a depth to its characters that goes beyond the devastation outside their world, which is a total contrast to the style of other Filipino horror films and even Western zombie pictures. The film captures the claustrophobia of being both literally trapped in the family home and metaphorically trapped within a failing relationship, traumatic past and personality flaws. A lot of the tension in the story revolves around the dynamics of the family. The film hints at past trauma, sibling rivalry, and a history of abuse, particularly with the father figure, Francis. It's less about the zombies outside and more about what's festering inside the house. The way the zombies are portrayed is one distinctive feature. They are given a strangely melancholy, eerie sense by continually reciting their final words while still conscious, which humanizes them. If you're into action-packed zombie movies, this may not be for you. However, if you're looking for something deeper with meaning, this movie is perfect. Number 3. My Zombabe. My Zombabe is a 2024 Philippine romantic comedy zombie film directed by Bobby Bonifacio Jr. It stars Empoy Marquez and Kim Molina. The film is about a man fall in love with a beautiful woman who is turning into a zombie. My Zombabe appears to be a movie that doesn't hesitate to push limits and present novel interpretations on well-known subjects. This film may be worth seeing because of its daring narrative and compelling characters, regardless of whether you enjoy the genre or are searching for something new. The acting is really good, especially the main character's Kim Molina. She can act on the funny scenes but can also make you cry in the tear-jerking parts of the movie. Empoy Marquez also does the same. And even the supporting actor Yan De Jesus also excelled in those intensely dramatic scenes, like how he was jealous of his brother's love to the girl over him. All in all, My Zombabe is a smartly funny and heartfelt film that makes for a wonderful first offering from Viva Films in general for 2024. Number 4. Festival of the Living Dead. Festival of the Living Dead is a to-be original horror flick directed by the Saska sisters, Jen Saska and Sylvia. It serves as a spiritual sequel to the original 1968 theatrical Night of the Living Dead. The plot is loaded with gore, and that made it so much fun. The original film did not have a lot of blood, as it was more of a thriller than an actual work of horror, but this one dives right into the flesh-eating zombie fest head first. It pays homage to the original, but also has its own unique spin as a sequel of sorts. Even if you have not seen Night of the Living Dead, but enjoy some zombie action, you will have a roaring good time. 55 years after the initial zombie infection, Ashley Moore is the granddaughter of Ben, who is now hailed as a hero. To celebrate her birthday post-high school, her boyfriend Kevin, her high school friends, and his brother Ty want to take her to the Festival of the Living Dead, a Burning Man type event that commemorates the previous incident. Once the living dead start attacking the festival crowd, all 20 or so of them, Festival of the Living Dead does manage to work up a few decent moments of bloodshed. Number 5. Lisa Frankenstein. Lisa Frankenstein is possibly one of the most campiest, and yet corniest adaptations of the most famous horror novel classic by Mary Shelley. This film is more comedy horror than a single-man zombie movie that combines both romance and dark comedy together, making it a romantic horror comedy. This movie is campy at the greatest form. The costumes, settings, and music are all fantastic. The writing is fast-paced for the most part. Catherine Newton's lead character Lisa is dramatic and awkward. The movie centers around a teenage goth girl who is struggling to deal with the tragic murder of her mother few months earlier, and then reanimates a Victorian-era corpse in hopes to make him the man of her dreams. This film takes mutilation and murder, and makes them both satisfying and hilarious. The supernatural aspect makes one suspend their disbelief, but the crimes could happen. Overall, this won't be everyone's type of film, but it's nice to have been with someone who did enjoy it as well. It was nice to be a little surprised by how not so fluffy the film appeared to be.
Really hope this goth phase ends